Hi, Chip Cooper, Internet Attorney. I'm often asked about website earnings disclaimers, and in the discussions, I typically find that there's a lot of confusion about the effect of a website earnings disclaimer. So what is a website earnings disclaimer? And by the way, you'll typically see them on websites of internet marketers who are marketing some kind of a money-making opportunity, either in terms of a product or a service. And the typical website earnings disclaimer is usually very verbose, relatively complex, but it doesn't have to be. If you cut through all the clutter, there are really four elements. Number one, there's no promise that you'll make money. Number two, there's no promise that you won't lose any money. Number three, internet business money-making opportunities are very risky. And four, you should seek professional advice before making a purchase decision of any money-making opportunity on the internet. That's the gist of it. Now, the problem is that most internet marketers believe that they can make earnings claims that are ridiculously optimistic, and yet the legal effect of the earnings disclaimer will be to take away any liability associated with the ridiculously optimistic earnings claim. Now, what's an earnings claim? Well, boiled down into its simple terms, the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, says that an earnings claim is some kind of a representation about future projected sales or profits. For example, the most typical example of an earnings claim would be make a six-figure income. That's pretty straightforward. But then there are other types of earnings claims that involve facts from which a claim may be inferred, such as, for example, a smiling internet marketer standing beside a brand new, shiny Mercedes automobile. And the facts there suggest that if you purchase the money-making opportunity, that you could achieve earnings or profits sufficient to purchase a similar automobile. And then one that you probably have all seen are photographs or images of PayPal accounts showing a lot of orders. Again, facts which suggest a certain level of earnings or profits. Now, the important point to remember is that the Federal Trade Commission requires, despite the earnings disclaimer, the requirement is that you've got to have substantiation for these earnings claims. That's really important, and it's critical to understand that the earnings disclaimer does not take away that responsibility or forgive it. So that's the important point to take away from website earnings disclaimers. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. This video is provided for informational purposes only. It doesn't constitute legal advice. And you're invited to subscribe to my YouTube channel for additional tips.